Hey guys, so today I know because I did it last week, a review on, or first impressions rather, of the Ariel Disney Storybook Collection palette. And so today I've just taken some of the colors in that palette and decided to play with them, and this is what I came up with. It's not so mermaid inspired as I've seen a few people doing with the palette. I decided to go with more of an oceany feel, you know, playing with the blues and the purples and some of the darker colors, just because I felt that they were a little bit underutilized. A lot of people were focusing more on, like, you know, the greens, and, you know, it just didn't feel, it wasn't giving me any feel to it for that. So I decided to go with a more ocean-inspired look. Really, really dark on the eye, but it really brings your eyes out, and a little less on the lips. But hopefully you try this one out because I think it looks really awesome. And there will be a list of products that I used, pictures, all sorts of stuff on my blog, so you can check them out later. Alright? So I'll see you with half my makeup gone. Alright, so let's get started with this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a primer. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Original, because this is the one that I like. I've heard Too Faced makes a good primer as well, but I really like the Urban Decay myself. And I'm going to apply it on both my upper eyelid and my lower eyelid. That just helps prevent any creasing underneath the eye, which I find to be a problem, particularly if I'm wearing eyeliner or mascara. Then I'm going to take a setting powder. You can use any one you like. I'm just using one I made, using some loose powder and cornstarch, because I'm going to be applying a cream shadow base next. So with oily eyelids, it tends to be a problem. And I'm going to be applying the Buxom cream eyeshadow in St. Bernard, which is sort of a tealy blue. I'm just going to be applying that with my finger to my upper eyelid, making sure that it's nice and smooth, and that you don't get any skipping, which is when basically you're going over an area and it pulls at the skin and to the point where it doesn't take. So you'll end up with little, like, flesh-colored lines. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a regular eyeshadow brush. This is just I believe this is the blending brush, if my camera will focus, from the Coastal Scents Pro brush set. And I'm going to be taking Caspian Sea from the of course, from the Ariel palette, which is sort of a tealy blue. And I'm going to be packing that onto the eyelid all the way across, blending it up just a little bit into the crease, not too much. And then I'm going to be taking Blue Lagoon, and I'm just going to be using a little bit of that, and I'm going to be using that on the front half of my eye, just because Caspian Sea on its own can be a little bit dark. Then I'm going to be taking a pencil brush, a fluffy pencil brush, not a hard-pointed pencil brush. And I'm going to be taking Sea Witch, which is the purple. And I'm going to be taking that, and I'm just going to be applying that in the outer V. Because it's going to be giving some depth here. That, and I think Sea Witch and Caspian Sea go really nice together. I'm going to probably bring it in more along the lines of halfway into my eye so that it meets up with Blue Lagoon and just blends very nicely out. And then I'm going to take Jetsam. And I'm going to use the same pencil brush. I'm just going to use a very tiny, tiny bit, and I'm just going to literally just the smallest amount in the outer corner, blending it in with the purple, again, so that you get that nice amount of depth. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Flossom, and I mean this, I know this look is quite dark, there's a lot of dark colors in it, and for Flossom I'm going to be taking just a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to be working that into the crease just to diffuse the color, because you don't want it too heavy. But like I was saying, it's a lot of dark colors, but I went, instead of going with more of a mermaid themed look, I decided to go with more of an ocean themed look. So that's pretty much it for eyeshadow. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to line underneath my eye with Urban Decay's Cuff. They're 24/7 Glide On eyeliners. Cuff is just a silver eye pencil. And I'm going to be taking just a very small brush. And I'm going to be taking, unfortunately I accidentally gouged it, Your Voice, which is the metallic silver in this palette. And I'm going to be putting that on top of the eyeliner, along the lower line. And then I'm going to be putting it into the corner and bringing it up to the point where obviously it doesn't blend in properly to the other one, and then I'm going to be taking another fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to be blending that in with Flossom. So that's pretty much it for the eye shadows right now. Actually, I think that is it. So what I'm going to be doing next is I'm going to be lining my waterline, and I'm going to take Cuff again, and I'm going to go halfway along my waterline. And then for the other half, I'm going to be using Urban Decay's Electric, which is really nice turquoisey blue. If you, no, because those aren't made anymore. I was going to say if you don't have this one, you could use the Cargo Light Blue Swimmables one, but they don't make those anymore, or that particular shade, so it doesn't work. Okay, so you have this sort of half blue, half silver duochrome waterline, which is I really like. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to be taking a black liquid liner. I'm going to be using Urban Decay's 24/7 in Perversion. And you're going to line your top lashes, and it doesn't have to be a thick line. Actually, it's probably better if you don't line it super thick because of the fact that you're using so many dark shadows. A thick line of eyeliner just makes it look really heavy. And then I'm going to actually be taking as well Urban Decay Heavy Metal and Distortion, which is one of their glitter liners, and just for that sort of shimmeriness, that iridescence that you sometimes get in the ocean, just putting it a little bit under the wing. This side is just faded. And then next up is mascara. So I'm going to be curling my lashes. And today I'm going to be using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is supposed to add volume and length and all sorts of stuff. And I'm just going to put that on the upper lashes, really focusing in at the ends. Outer corner, where I want all the fullness, pretty much all the fullness to be. And then I'm going to be taking Stila Forever Your Curl, obviously, because that's my favorite lower lash mascara. And just putting a little bit on the bottom. And that is pretty much it for the eyes. So next step would be cheeks, and I'm going to tell you already that I put on tons and tons and tons of highlight. So the blush I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using a Smashbox Blush Rush in Flush. That was a tongue twister. Which is just a very light, sort of nudie pink. And I'm just going to be using that very, very lightly. It has a shimmer to it, which, I mean, obviously I highlighted a lot already, so it's going to just add to it. And because the eye is so heavy, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going with a very, very, a very nude lip, if I can find the lipstick that I want. Finally found it. And you can go for more of a pouty look here. Just zoom out. But I'm going to be using a nude lipstick. This is one of the Tropical Tango ones from MAC. But really just go with any nude lipstick that you like. I mean, if this were for like a costume or something, and you can wear like whatever you wanted, including like a bright red or sort of more coral would be nice too. And then I'm just going to top it with a gloss that's similar in shade. The one that I have is actually iridescent as well. It's the Cake lip gloss. This one was, I think, in Pink Icicle. It was a limited edition for Christmas a few years ago, so you can't get it anymore, but like I said, just use any one that you like. Sorry, I had my bangs pinned back because they were just a little bit in the way. And zoom out and we'll see how it looks fully. So that's it. It's definitely a more eye-heavy look than a lip-heavy look, and I think it really lends itself well to the palette. They put so many colors in there that go really, really well together, and some of them that you wouldn't think to put together, but they're just awesome. So I hope this gives you some inspiration for using that palette, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!